Wow, I'm in the moment in the ferry on the way back from Boston to the place that we're staying. It was crazy, like, to experience the American life.
We arrived from the flight into a wonderful house from the family of my boyfriend, and it was just crazy because it was noon and we flew in the night, and like we had 24 hours only light.
That's the American dream, I guess. It is crazy. I cannot say nothing about it.
And then on the same day, on the same evening, I decided to go into the ocean because the house was directly at the ocean, the Atlantic Ocean. It was cold, like it's summer, but it's still cold. I think it was like 18 degrees, and in the evening the outside temperature was also cold, maybe like, I don't know, 16 degrees. But I felt kind of confused after the flight and changing time zones from Europe to the US, and I feel water always cleans like everything from you, like your past experiences in the flight and no air, so many people, and you have a reset for the vacation. So I forced myself to make a dip in the cold water, and it was a so beautiful sunset. Like, one of my dreams is to live near the ocean. And next morning we woke up and look at this view. It's so crazy. You open the window and you just see blue, you see the horizon. You don't look at other buildings.
In the morning, it's around 7 a.m. The sun just rises. And I love the water.
And because of the jet lag, we also woke up very early. Normally it's so hard for me to wake up early, but at the same time it's so powerful when you just wake up with the sun and feel this energy from the light.
I want to study a bit before we start the day full of adventures, and we want to do paddle boarding to the island that you see here. This one. This. I'm excited. It's so calm here, you have so much space.
So as I said, I studied a bit and wanted to prepare for my exams, but we're right after the vacation finished. It was a bit risky to go on vacation knowing that there will be exams waiting for me. But if I have to choose, and in life you want to make experiences, so I couldn't say no to this trip.
The first days in traveling, I'm always shocked how fast I can arrive in a new place, and I don't really feel that it's true. I mean, look at this. Please focus, camera. And at some point I always ask myself, would I want to live here too or not?
On the next day, no, it was the same day. Wow, crazy. Like, we did so much in the same day. So on the same day, we went by boat to Boston because the place that we stayed in was right on the other side of the Atlantic. And if you cross it by boat, you're within 30 minutes in Boston. And it was the first, like, big city in America that we visited.
We're now in Boston on a ferry.
And Boston looked so green, combined with all of these tall buildings. The buildings were so tall, I wondered what is inside these buildings. Probably only companies and office rooms. And all of these buildings fit into a small space because Boston is not as big as I thought. Like, millions of people live in it, but just from walking through the streets, it didn't seem like crazy big. After the ferry we were hungry, and also after the stand-up paddling we used a lot of our energy, and we wanted to find the cheap possibility to eat, and it's not easy in the US because I can tell you that prices are much higher than in Europe. For a normal dish you pay like $15. We found in a little mall underground a Chinese shop and bought like a diet meal or something, like it said low calories, and it only cost us $5 per dish, so we made a good deal. After that we went to a park in Boston. I don't know which it was or how it's called. It was in the center, and we had some nice little friends that we met there.
Hello. How are you? What's your name?
It was one of the sweetest things I saw because I love squirrels, and they have everywhere squirrels. Like everywhere you see 2 squirrels on 1 square meter, and they're so curious. They come right to you and they want to touch you. I think if you would have food they would take it out of your hand, and really there's so many. It's crazy. Because in Germany we don't have so many squirrels, and they're pretty shy in Germany. The park was very sweet. It had a little lake, and I think people really need parks when they're living in the city. It's like one of the things that keep you alive and grounded in a city that never sleeps. You always need to work, and yes, so you really need this moment of calmness without any traffic noise. In the evening, we met my boyfriend's cousin and her boyfriend. We went to a diner. Honestly, we were so tired. Like, my boyfriend and I, we woke up like at 5 a.m. this day because of the jet lag, and we went stand-up paddling and we explored all Boston, and then at 7 p.m., like after 14 hours or so, we went to dinner. It was exactly what I needed because I wanted to try like real, typical American food. I directly got stuck in the cake section. Like, look at these cakes. Wow, there's so much cream. I just wanted to eat one of these cakes, but I think after that I would not be hungry anymore for a real meal. We ordered like mac and cheese, and I realized in this day that it doesn't have to do anything with Big Mac. I thought it's like from McDonald's. I don't know what was going on with me, but it's like macaroni and cheese and burgers and all vegan, and it was crazy. It was delicious, but it made me so full. Like, I didn't want to eat for a week after I ate it. And yes, that's all for the day. We went back with the ferry where I took another video.
Wow, I'm in the moment in the ferry on the way back from Boston to the place that we're staying. Yeah, it's all so big. Actually, it reminds me a lot of Germany. Like, it's like the general Western world. There are parks here, there are old buildings. The buildings are like quite similar, but everything is a lot taller, like skyscrapers everywhere. I like it that it's near the sea. There's water everywhere. There's a lot of green areas in the city. The public garden, we've been there, and it's also stunning. Actually, with the jet lag, it's a bit difficult. In the middle of the trip I thought like I couldn't do it. Like, I was just shaking. And then I drank a mocha with the coffee, and I never drink coffee, so it gave me like, I don't know, more shaking experience, and my muscles were like that. But then we went to a diner and ate like typically American food, like loaded with fat and fries and meat, but it was like fake meat. It was a vegan diner, and like macaroni with cheese, cream, like wow, like you see in the movies, like no restrictions. And it was topped in the dessert by a chocolate chip cookie with like dark good chocolate and a lot of sugar and salt, and like addicting. Wow. a day full of experiences and people. And we met the cousin of my boyfriend, so it was a whole different experience to see the life like from a person who lives here and goes to university. We went to Harvard and looked at the campus at night. It reminds me a bit about Harry Potter movies, and yeah, crazy. I think it's a hard life here, like you need to work a lot, but it's also a good, maybe quiet life, like everything is clean, everything is organized and taken care of. And now the ferry is starting to move. We go back to the village where we will sleep and rest and digest the food and the memories. And yeah, crazy, the US.
So these were our first days in Boston, and this journey will be continued, so stay tuned for the next video.